check this out. That is how much I have lost. That is honestly kind of nuts, don't you think? What's up, Superhumans? BT here. You know that I like to make videos that are gonna help you move, feel, and perform better, both mentally and physically. So today we are discussing the 75 Hard Challenge. I just finished my first one. We're gonna talk about the health benefits, the fat loss, which you just saw, gains in the gym, but also the struggles and everything in between. So if that's something that interests you, if this challenge is on your radar, stay tuned. 75 days ago, I would start a challenge that would radically change my life. And I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but I promise you, it's not. For some reason, I don't know why, 4 or 5 years ago, I started to let my personal standards soften. I introduced foods that I normally wouldn't. I did add lettuce, health, and I was going to the gym pretty aimlessly and just winging it. My physical health, my mental health, self-confidence, self-image, all of those things very slowly started to deteriorate. This came to a head when I turned 40. I hit full-on apathy and I didn't give a shit about anything. Thankfully, I was foolish enough to put all of this on Instagram. A lot of people were very nice and reached out and were supportive. However, my friend Trip actually had some really good suggestions. He was like, dude, you need to do something that sucks and is hard. My reaction was like, oh God, no, I don't need to do that. Have you seen what I've gone through for the last 2.5 years with my health? But if I'm being honest with you, it wasn't the fact that I had been dealing with concussions or injuries or this respiratory virus. Simply put, I was scared, which is odd because for the last 20 years, I've been a rather physically fit person. The embrace the suck, roll the dice type of mentality is not something that I had a problem with. It's funny because as a personal trainer, when I would challenge my clients to do something outside of their comfort zone and their initial reaction was like, yuck, get me away from that, that was a telltale sign that that is what they should be doing. And yet here I was having the same reaction. When I realized this, I decided to pull the trigger, and here we are 75 days later, and I just finished my first 75 Hard Challenge. And I can say this is the best version of me that I've seen in a very long time. Now, there are 5 basic rules of the 75 Hard, the most infamous of which is the 2-a-days. That's right, you've got to do 2-a-day workouts, 2 workouts a day, every single day. These workouts have to be at least 45 minutes in length, and one of them has to be outside. I've been doing 2-a-days for like 20 years now, so honestly, doing 2-a-days wasn't really the challenge. The challenge was getting creative with workouts, doing a workout outside because I really liked the energy in the gym. I wanted to be inside of a gym, but also going back to following a plan and no more winging it. What's cool though is that 75 Hard does not constitute what is a workout. They leave that up to you. And so for me, it gave me an opportunity to feel out what could be a workout that wouldn't normally be a workout. Now, walking with Henry, although really fun, not a workout. However, rucking with Henry, definitely a workout. Something else that I stumbled upon that has been so much fun is really long rides on the one wheel with the one wheel group here in Salt Lake City. And I know what you're thinking. You're riding an electric skateboard. How can that be a workout? Just trust me, if you do 10, 11, 12 miles on this thing, it is definitely a workout.
One thing I didn't account for was just how gnarly hard this is on my feet. I'm like 13 miles in and I'm getting speed wobbles because my feet are falling asleep.
Now, what's resulted in getting outside more for these workouts has been amazing. Yes, being outside just in and of itself is great for your health, but it's also been more hikes with my wife and my kid, which I know they love. Taking Henry for more walks, longer walks. I know he loves that, but also getting to meet an incredibly cool group of people has been amazing, and it's done wonders for my photography. Using a workout program rather than just winging it has been amazing. Now, I'm using the workouts that I used to do as a volleyball player, and I know they work. They helped me become more athletic, and I can honestly say that I'm in one of the best shapes I've been in years. Probably the number one reason people do the 75 hard challenge is the weight loss. And as you saw from the intro of this video, I've definitely lost some weight. About 15, nearly 20 pounds, and all of it pretty much fat. It's really interesting. About 30 days into this is when I realized just how far I'd kind of let myself slip with food and how much eating out, fast food, pizza, burgers, fries, ice cream, I ate on a weekly basis. I've been an athlete and a pretty physically fit individual for the last 20 years of my life. Watching myself put on body fat and my physical attributes starting to dwindle, so did my confidence and my self-image. Maybe that's shallow, but that's the truth. Once I started to see these results, the abs started to come back, my confidence and my self-image did too. But more important than the energy, more important than the fat loss or the gains in the gym, was that I was starting to see the old Brandon that would embrace the suck, that wasn't scared, and was ready and willing at all times to roll the dice. And this started a chain reaction in the best way possible. Here's some examples. Out of nowhere, I decided that I had sat on the sidelines of competition for far too long. It had been 3 years since I competed in jiu-jitsu. It just got to the point where I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the preparation. I didn't like the nerves. Again, it came back to being scared. I was scared. I didn't want to do it anymore. Just out of nowhere, I decided to sign up for a tournament. And not just any tournament. I signed up for World Masters, which is basically world champs for older people like myself.
Just trying to get a warm-up. I'm about on. My hair looks great, doesn't it?
And along with this, I decided to sign up for the brutally hard training camp that my professors do every year. The first time I did World Champs as a blue belt, again, World Masters, training camp nearly killed me. It was so incredibly hard. So the next year that I did Worlds, I didn't do it because I was like, I don't want that in my life. For some reason, I signed up for it this year. Hey, that's Tyler, by the way. Even in just mild training, Tyler smashes me. Now there's more. This new confidence, this excitement directly impacted my job. I started asking brands to sponsor videos. I have never done this. Anytime I've done a sponsorship, it's because a brand has reached out to me. For the first time, I approached brands that I wanted to work with and say, hey, I am good enough at what I do, and I think this video and the idea behind the video is good enough to back with money. And because of that, in mid-September, I am flying to Hawaii to collaborate with a billion-dollar company, all because I stepped outside of my comfort zone. And just last week, I spent the whole week in California filming my first ever documentary. This job is far and away the most difficult video job I have taken on ever by a landslide. The daily schedule we had to maintain, the shot lists, just the stress, the lack of sleep, their super long days, all super difficult. And if I had attempted this a year ago, the current Brandon, the standard Brandon, would have bailed within the first 2 hours. But because of this challenge and me being able to be okay doing uncomfortable things, not only did I complete it by myself, I'm actually really proud of the video that I shot and what we were able to create. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. What were the awful moments? What did I struggle with most? Well, let's talk about it.
Whoa, that's a full rainbow. It's so beautiful.
Earlier, I mentioned the 2-a-day workouts and that they weren't hard. And that's technically true if I were doing 3 to 4 a week. But once you start doing 2-a-days every single day, it's a whole different story. A month into it, yes, finding different workouts to do that still challenged you and made it fun was difficult, but just surviving all the challenges became incredibly difficult. A heavy emphasis on recovery had to happen, mostly in the form of making sure that I ate enough, ate the right foods, and got plenty of sleep. I think whenever attempting a challenge that is this long, 75 days, especially in the summer, it is eventually going to intersect with some sort of travel, whether that's for work or a vacation. And when it came to my clients, this was always the #1 factor in derailment. If I was taking a road trip down south to see my folks, or we went to Telluride to do some crazy hikes, I had to be way more prepared. Instead of buying a few snacks, I bought like 6 times the snacks I would normally buy, and I had those with me. I bought gallons of water to make sure I had all the water I needed. And then the moment we got there, we went grocery shopping. And then when you travel, making sure that you either have workout gear with you, you take all the workout gear that you need, or that you make sure you find some gyms ahead of the time so that you can keep working out. Just know that if you do this challenge, you're going to run into this at some point, and so make sure you're prepared. The other night, I was on the couch with my wife. We were watching TV. I think it was Top Chef. And it dawned on me like, hey, this is the last night. I'm done tomorrow. And I told her, babe, I'm done. And she looked at me and she gave me an interesting response. She said, I don't want you to be done. When I thought about it, the impact that me doing this has had on our family has actually been pretty sizable. I love what I've become, and I don't want to finish either. So I'm not. That's right. In fact, I'm starting 100 hard instead of doing a 75 hard. Basically, I want to finish the entire year doing the 75 hard challenge. Plus, 100 hard kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit better. I'm going to be doing this, and I would love for you to join me. If that's something you think you can do and you want to do, let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching. If you thought this video was helpful or at the very least entertaining, make sure you hit that like button. It goes a long way in letting me know what kind of videos you want to see, but more importantly, it actually lets that almighty YouTube algorithm know what videos you want to see, and it helps get this video seen by more people just like you. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It goes such a long way with helping this channel grow. Thanks again for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.